Hey guys, how have you been? All I can say is that I'm very, very happy today. I've been pretty tense, not getting into details, but I just think it's a very happy, joyful day. Right, so I've been thinking, as I usually do, these thoughts, these memories start trickling down. One by one, it seems. When you have MS, it's like things sort of pop up out of nowhere. And in so doing, I've been remembering some initial symptoms of MS that at the time I didn't think were MS related. In fact, I reckon I didn't even know what MS was. I think maybe I'd heard it a couple of times, but it was so far away from my idea of reality. So anyway, I had these initial symptoms, and now, after 7 years of having MS, it's becoming clear to me that actually was MS. And I'm talking about when I was 17 years old, and I'm now 33, soon to be 34. And already then, 17 years ago, practically, I was already experiencing symptoms of MS. So, it's two of them, and I'm going to talk about them one by one. Just a word of caution, the second one might be a bit of a sensitive topic, as it is sex related, so depending on your sensitivities, you may not want to hear about it, and maybe you do. So anyway, here goes. The first one, I was 17 years old, and it occurred to me that after sex, after having a very strong orgasm, my whole body would start tingling, and to the point of lying in bed and be like, don't touch me, and freaking out a little bit because my face was tingling, my body was tingling. It felt like electric currents had taken control of my body. I was uncomfortable. I remember being very, very uncomfortable and freaked out. But as this is something that happened only after very intense orgasms, I thought that, okay, well, maybe this is a side effect of orgasms. Also, being relatively new to sex, I thought that, maybe this is just part of it. So I'll just live with it. And I was like that for a whole year. I remember that whenever it happened, that I had a good, intense orgasm, afterwards I would be slapped in the face with that tingling sensation that really, really, really freaked me out. But I didn't pay attention to it. So later that same year, by that time I turned 18 already, happened that all of a sudden, I wasn't able to walk for more than 100 meters. Now, I don't know how much that is in miles or in feet, but let me just say that it's not much. So literally after that, walking 30 seconds to a minute, I would have to sit down. And I remember walking in the streets of London, because I was living in London at the time, and having to find a bench while, shopping, going from shop to shop, I would need to sit down in the middle of shops. So of course I went to the doctor with that. That did trigger an alarm. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor said that it was caused by malnutrition, which made sense at the time because being a student in London, I wasn't really getting some very healthy food. So malnutrition was definitely a plausible candidate for that. Except that, I don't know, it just sort of went away on its own. It came, and just like it came out of nowhere, it went away out of nowhere on its own. So again, that's one of the things that makes me think that maybe it's been around for longer, and maybe, it could be an explanation to why I have so many lesions up in my brain, because the disease activity has been there, and whether I noticed it or not, it's been, scarring my brain. It's been ravaging my body. Thankfully, I have no left effects of these attacks, let's call them that. From those, I've recovered completely, but however, when I get tired and when I get all these symptoms hitting me all at once, past my bedtime, as I talked about in my previous video, that makes me think that those are symptoms that I don't experience normally, but only when I'm past my bedtime and they come rushing all at once. This makes me think that these are lesions that are coming to the surface when I'm tired and that I don't usually notice. These may have been caused by a past relic attack, like way before I was even diagnosed, or something. Like, I don't know, it could be, you know? No one really knows anything about MS, I think. Like, deep down, when it starts, why it begins, how it begins. So anyway, I'm sure you guys have tons of those experiences as well, where you start remembering and you're like, oh yeah, that could have been MS. And that would only confirm my theory that MS starts way before it being diagnosed, and it takes doctors a hell of a long time to diagnose, because there are so many things that need to fit for them to even consider doing all of those super expensive tests. So it makes sense. It makes sense that it takes a long time. I'm absolutely not criticizing anything. I think that there is a process of signs that could be taken into account from now on, as more patients come out and talk about all the symptoms they had experienced in the past. So, you know, to start building like a gridlock of symptoms that could fit into the table of early MS symptoms. So thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you're all well. I will see you very soon again. I'll be making more videos from now on. And I hope you guys take care, and I hope you're well, and speak soon. Bye bye.